Hello children, today we will study the poem A Frog in a Well. It's composed by the poet Alice Scherter. Okay, so children, in this poem the speaker is a frog. Yes, the speaker is a frog. He lives in the depth of the well, at the bottom of a well, and in this poem he describes the world as he sees from the bottom of the well. He says that the world is round and the world is deep and cool, and at the bottom of the world there is also a pool of water where only one frog can live. And also, according to him, the world is made up of wall, and the wall is made up of stone upon stone. And he says that at the top of the world he can see a single star in the round sky. Yes, according to him, the sky is round and there is only one star in the sky. So this is what the poem describes the world, because this is all he can see, he can view from the bottom of the well. So children, I will read the poem and then we will see the explanation part. The world is round and deep and cool. The bottom of the world's a pool, with just enough room for a frog alone. The walls of the world are of stone on stone. At the top of the world, when I look up high, I can see a star in the little round sky. So this is the poem, and so he says that the poem starts like this: the world is round and deep and cool. So as I told you, where does the frog live? He lives at the bottom of the well. And what does he mean when he says the world is round? See children, he lives in a well and he says that the world is like a circle, like an O, ball. And why does he says, like why according to him the world is round? Because children, he lives in a well and the wall of the well is like, the wall is circular in shape, the walls are in circular in shape. So he can see, when he look above at the top, he can see the sky, or whatever he sees in a circular shape. So he thinks that the world is round in shape. Next is, the bottom of the world's a pool. Now what is he referring to when he says that the world is a pool? What does he want to say? He is referring to the water that is present at the bottom of the well. It is a well, right? So there is water always present in the well, and there is not much water, little water is there. So he says that at the bottom of the well there is a small pool of water, and he says, with just enough room for a frog alone. Now what does he think? Why does he think that there is place for only one frog? Because he is the only frog who is living in the well. So he thinks that there is no place for other frogs to live in. That is why he says that there is with just enough room for a frog alone, because he is the only one there. So he thinks that there is no place for other frogs to live here. The walls of the world are of stone on stone. Now, how is the world built according to him? According to him, the world is built up of wall, and the wall is made up of stone, which is laid one upon the other. So he thinks that the world has a wall all around it, and it is made up of stone, which is placed one upon the other. At the top of the world, when I look up high. So now he says, how does he describe the sky? He says, at the top of the world, when I look up high, I can see a star in a little round sky. So he lives in a well, so he thinks that he can see the sky in a round shape. So he describes the sky as being round with only one star in it. And why does he describe the sky with only one star in the sky? Because that is all he can see from the bottom of the well. He's at the bottom of the well and he can see only a part of the sky. Full sky he cannot see because he has been limited. There is restriction by the walls of the well, so he can see only a part of the sky, and that is also which is round in shape. So that is why he says that the sky is round and only one star, because he could see only one star from the bottom. So there is only one star in the sky. So children, this poem is trying to say that everyone sees the world only as much as they can view it. Okay, but doesn't mean that the world is limited, it's just restricted to that much only. No, like here the frog sees only the part of the world, and he thinks the world is all made up of this much. There is nothing more in the world. But it is so? No, it is not so. The world is much more than this. Okay, so what message we get from this poem is that means we can see only a part of the world which we can view it, but it is not so. The world, there are also other part of the world which can be viewed by others. So like our point of view, we can give our point of view on something, but doesn't mean that everyone else has the same point of view. Other can have their point of view. Means the way you look on something cannot be true. It can be, others can look upon the same thing by their own point of view. Okay, so we must not restrict ourselves into what we see. We should also try to get to know what others are seeing upon something. So children, this is all the poem is about. So I want you all to learn this poem. This is a small poem, little poem. You can easily learn it. So learn this poem. Thank you.